Well, would you look at that? Ola the asshole is standing there with a headless Solar guitar. He's such a freaking liar. What the hell? No, check this out. It's the new Solar Traveler guitar. Let's go. Myself a little bit there at the end. What's up, everyone, and welcome to Sunday with Ola 254. Hello! Cat is out of the bag. The dog is also out of the bag. And we have now, in the Solar Guitars roster, a headless guitar, or in my case, a traveling guitar. I've always envied the fact that the headless guitar players have a very small guitar that they can bring that's still like full scale and bring on them when they're out traveling. They keep it on the back, or in a gig bag. A gig bag much like this. Check this out. Like this, like a small little asshole gig bag that you can have on your back like this, and you can... Heyo. It really is a cool thing that we are finally doing a headless guitar, and this right here, the one that I played before was the H2.7C. This is the H2.6C right there, and check out the price on these guitars on solarguitars.com. They're very, very fair, I must say, and extremely stoked about these guitars. They're kick-ass. But that is not all. This past Friday, I also released my new single, The Guillotine. It's a new single and a music video, and the music video I recorded in Tokyo using that H2.7C right there. And that's why I was in Tokyo earlier this year to record that music video with Jason McNamara. If you haven't seen it already, go up here. You can click it, you can listen to it. It's also available on all streaming platforms as of this past Friday. I hope you enjoy it. It's Ola Englund up his ass kind of music, you know? So hell yeah, a lot of things to announce today that I'm extremely proud about. And thank you so much for spending this little moment with me. I appreciate that. All this news aside, let's bring in the real news. All right, this is probably one of the most exciting news coming out of Ibanez, in my opinion, for 20 years. But they're finally re-releasing the 540, the P2s, man. A tribute to Ibanez. A tribute to Ibanez past. Ibanez has revived one of its most outrageous shred guitar designs from the 1980s, the 540 P3. Okay, it's called the 3. It's a peculiar reverse style axe based on a build that was first introduced in the late 80s. Now it's back as a part of the Ibanez Genesis collection. And dude, I'm a hard-on fan, if that's an expression, about these guitars. I had 2 of these guitars. Let me see if I can find a picture. I absolutely loved the 540 P2 guitars. They were out of this world. The necks were they were insane, and also the looks and all that. I had 2 or 3 of them, I think, that I eventually refinished and then sold. And but back then, they were really hard to come by. Like 20 years ago, they were still very hard to come by. And I couldn't imagine now how hard it would be to find an original. But now Ibanez are releasing these P3s. However, they're leaving out one of my favorite aspects of it, and that's the pickguard. Where's the pickguard, man? I mean, take a look at the original. Look at that. That's how they're supposed to look right there. I do like the colors though. This color is cool. But dude, I need that freaking pickguard, man. Where is it? Where did he go? Also, I read somewhere on a forum that these won't have that super early Wizard 540p2 necks either. These necks will be more like the collection of the Genesis, so they're not going to be the same, unfortunately. So I'm insanely happy that this has happened, but it's I just wanted a little bit more. I wanted a pickguard, I wanted a neck, but I'll probably have to get one. You know that it's September, all right, because guitar brands are releasing a lot of products right now, and one of them is from Boss. They announced a plug-out FX last week, and the internet went freaking bananas about this pedal. Why, you might ask? Well, okay, let's talk about the features. So basically, this is a one do-it-all type of pedal. It's not a multi-effect in that sense. It's basically one of those pedals where you decide what it will be. There's plenty of other products out there that are like this, but you take the pedal and you load in if it's going to be a Boss OD1, for instance, or if you want it to be a digital delay, and then it acts like that, bringing everything into one kind of Swiss Army knife pedal that you can bring along, and you have a bunch of effects, for instance. Just as an example, when the Haunted goes out to play, for instance, you know, I bring my pedal board and all that, but Jensen, the other guitar player, he's very, you know, he just brings his guitar. And sometimes, you know, there's an amp there, like a backline amplifier, that might not have, you know, that pushing gain. Maybe he would, you know, need an overdrive pedal, and or maybe he needs an EQ pedal or something like that. That's where something like this would come in handy. How much is it to buy? It's, okay, 300 euros to buy, so I guess 299. And it comes with 16 different effects and 16 slot of effects. OD1, SP1, PH1, SG1, CS chorus. All right. Authentic tone and response realized with powerful DSP dedicated to one effect at a time. Stereo input and output. Bluetooth runs, and you use an app basically. And if you just bring out the pedal like this, I don't really see a problem with this. I think it sounds like a great pedal, to be honest. Something I probably would use somewhere. However, the problem arose when they announced that they would release more effects that you could buy on this thing. So in January, they're releasing more effects to this thing that you can add, but that they come in demo mode and that you can purchase them. And that's where the internet got fucking angry, calling it a microtransaction pedal and all that. And yeah, I probably would agree. That part of it all might not be the best look for Boss right there. You know, I'm not shilling for Boss or anything like that. You know, I'm not sponsored by Boss. I wasn't asked to make a demo of this thing. But in my opinion, I think that the anger might be a little bit exaggerated, maybe. You don't have to buy those extra things, you know, or the license or whatever it is. You still get the 16 things that are in this thing. I don't know. Sometimes it feels like a lot of people, they find one thing and then there's like the mob kind of decides to go on it, you know, and it gets a little too hyped up. I think the pedal is fine. I'm probably not going to buy it, but I can definitely see a use for it. Oh my God, there's more news about Cradle of Filth and the drama. But you know what? I'm going to skip that for your sake, okay? Let's, I want the Sunday With Ola to be free from filth. Ha! Let's keep it clean. That was terrible. Speaking about Swiss Army knives, I think that Brandon Ellis might be the Swiss Army knife of guitar playing right here, because he just joined in Cannibal Corpse to fill in for Rob Barrett on the upcoming US tour. I will be playing guitar with Cannibal Corpse this fall, standing in for Rob Barrett. I'm honored to help out and put on a killer death metal show for you all. See you there. And we all know how that's gonna go. He's gonna kill it. That's how he does it. There's no word on why Barrett isn't touring with Cannibal Corpse, but I guess we'll find out eventually. I hope it's not health related, and I hope he's okay. That's my word on that. But what about Nevermore, Brandon? Tell us a little bit more about Nevermore. I'm still kind of hoping that he's the guy in Nevermore, to be honest. So please tell us very, very soon, okay? I just want Nevermore news, man. All right, there has been a bunch of new music being released. We have Alter Bridge with Silent Divide. I think they announced a new album as well. Out January 9th, the new record, Alter Bridge. Oh, they're gonna call it Alter Bridge. It's that album. You know, in the album cycle for bands where they call it the self-titled. Very cool song. You can't, like always, you can't go wrong with Mark Tremonti and Miles Kennedy. He's too good, man. Also, 9 Inch Nails released a music video for As Alive As You Need Me To Be, which is part of like the soundtrack of the new film for Tron, or in the Tron series. And it's not every day that you get new Nine Inch Nails music, so I was just kind of happy to see and hear it. And people will probably say, well, this is not metal. Well, Trent Reznor is metal, man. There's no argue about that. Also, Between the Bird and Me released a single called Blue Nowhere from their album that gets released now, the 12th of September, so that's very, very soon. And last but not least, my homies in Orbit Culture released a single called Nerves. Their album is out in October, I think. And you know, I said this a bunch of years back. Do you remember this? But I said that Orbit Culture will be a force to be reckoned with in the world. And they're on it, man. They're on it. However, I did miss one of the most important news of this year, I think, last week. It came in a little bit too late, so I didn't have a chance to record it for that Sunday with Ola, but I am going to cover it today because it's so important. Creep arrested after he was caught on camera shucking his cob at New Jersey Korn concert. So this was all over the news this past week, but basically shaming a guy for wanting to just enjoying himself during a Korn concert. What? I kind of don't want my hot dog anymore. Okay, let's watch. Oh, damn. He's going for it. Oh my goodness. Man. So someone smacked him in the face. He didn't want his fries anymore, and now they're removing it. Okay. Well, obviously it's not okay to masturbate in front of people. It's illegal, I think, in the US. Why was he masturbating? I mean, is there any word about this? There he is. That's a pre-nut face right there. He didn't get a chance to finish. Absolutely terrible for the people that had to see this. Well, you gotta hand it to him. I'm sorry, because he did it. That news. I'm in Tokyo right now, and maybe you have already seen my vlog from Tokyo in March of this year, but I didn't actually show you everything and what was actually happening in Tokyo. Now, why was I in Tokyo in the first place? It's because of this right here. So this is our Solar travel guitar right there. Take a look at that. It's 7-string and multi-scale, and obviously, as you can see, it's a headless guitar, even though I said I would never make headless guitars. Well, to me, this is not a headless guitar. This right here is a travel guitar. And for that specific purpose, that's probably why I would want to have a headless guitar, for the traveling aspect of things. And the reason for me going to Tokyo was to record a music video using this thing, as well as just give it a test, try it out to travel see how it is to travel with, basically. And so far, just going here, it's been really good. I had that as a hand luggage at the airplane. I just put the gig bag in the overhead compartments, and that's it. Inlay logo right there, and that's it, baby. That's it. That's the Solar Headless right there. I don't have the AirPods though.
Ah, fuck. Oh, did you?
Yeah, I have to. No, here it is.
Just keep going. All right, just move out of frame so I can have a bit of you out of the shot. Just to, there we go. Yeah, you're out. Throw your pick, drop your pick at the camera. Ah, you fucked it. That was. Turn around more.
Alright, so that concludes that music video that we made here in Tokyo. We wrapped up the shooting yesterday. It's going to be really interesting seeing what comes out of all of this. But and also to see if anyone actually, you know, there's so many people taking pictures and videos of me rocking out on the streets. And I think I saw a couple of people that, you know, recognized me and took pictures, which means that maybe this guitar will get leaked in before the release, which is like, what can I do? What can I do about that? So hopefully it does not get leaked. But at the posting of this video, we will probably know, you know. Tomorrow I'm going home, and, you know, as I've been traveling with this, it really hasn't felt like it's too much to carry around, to be honest. I think that was the point of all this, you know, because I wanted to have a guitar with me when I travel so I can keep on playing guitar or write music and shit like that. And this is perfect for that. The thing is that when you tour with a band, you usually have your guitar stored in cases in a bus, or you check them in and shit like that. But this was just really easy to put in like the overhead bin to carry around because it's so lightweight. So hell yeah, man. I think we did the right move with this one. And once again, I know I said I would never do headless guitars, but of course I was supposed to do headless guitars, man. That's just... It was the same with the Type X. I said I would never do it, but there it is, baby. So, there you go. Solar headless guitar right there. Okay.
So there you go. That was earlier this year. And truth be told, I think this guitar has probably been the toughest for me to keep under wraps. Throughout the years. I mean, we've been developing this guitar for a long time, and even though I was rocking it out on the streets of Tokyo, there were people in Tokyo taking pictures of me with the guitar, but, you know, still no one leaked it. That says a thing or two about the Japanese culture right there. They don't want to get in your way, and they're just very respectful. So from Ola the Swede, domo arigato, Mr. Robato. Okay. Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you. At the office at a Sunday. How about that? I'm just so excited to be back to work completely after kids
have started going back to school again. I feel rejuvenated somehow getting back to work now. I'm just extremely motivated right now to work, which is great. You got to take the bull by its horns when when the time has come. If that makes sense. Strike while the iron is hot. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. As of right now, I'm actually preparing for a gig with the Haunted. We're doing a cruise in Stockholm that goes to Stockholm to Tallinn called the Close-Up Boat, where the Haunted is playing. And I'm still working on what to bring, as you probably already understood. And if you saw my video about the Chug board and the Quad Cortex board, you probably know that I'm bringing the Quad Cortex board right now. And then later this year, when I'm playing shows with the Haunted in Sweden, I'm gonna be able to try out a lot more. I'm hoping to bring everything when I go out on tour later this year. But this is a festival right now. I'm gonna bring the Quad Cortex board. And I've actually changed pedal board. I don't know if you can see this, but I changed to a Rockboard pedal board. So this is Rockboard by Warwick. This is the Tress 3.1. They come in all different sizes, but what I thought was cool about this is, check this out. Okay, let me first show you the board and how professional it looks. There it is right there. So we have the Quad Cortex, the wireless unit, and Dunlop wah. And that's basically it. If you take a look under... Okay, if you don't, take a look underneath. I have this Canvas Power HP that feeds power to the Quad... Fuck, man. And that can actually power the Quad Cortex and these two units right there. So I don't need two separate powers going out. And one of the coolest things I saw on this pedal board was this, that you can buy customizable or custom patch bays for them. So Warwick Rockboard are also selling these patch bays. Basically, I would call this a small patch bay for power, for different outputs and inputs if you want. And they're available in different formats. So if you're like using a lot of MIDI, for instance, you have one with like a bunch of MIDI inputs on it. And there's another one with only TRS quarter-inch ports. But I figured this one would be good. It has the TRS quarter-inch right there that will go to an amplifier, but I can also go straight out here. So I would just patch the with patch cables to here, and I can mark up these. I mean, the outputs are here anyways, so it's not the end of the world if they have to put cables here and there to go out. But I just thought that was cool. And then you have one power outlet going in there that feeds everything on this pedal board. Look at that. Hello. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm bringing that with me on the cruise. However, the biggest question for me this time around was, what backup guitar do I bring? I made a post this past week in regards of this, this purple sparkle guitar right there. And I wrote that, I would have to convince Marco to let me use this live with the Haunted. Simply for the fact that, it's not really metal if you're playing a pink or purple guitar. And I can understand this, but Marco also doesn't like when people use white guitars. So it's like, what color can I use then? Black only? That's not cool. I was thinking, either I bring this purple guitar, sparkle guitar right there, or I piss him off completely by bringing the Traveler guitar as a backup and I play a song on that. I think that would probably piss off Marco more than anything. So, hell yeah, which one do I pick? My main guitars, number 1 and number 2, these two relics right there that I'm using, it's just for the backup guitar, and I wanted to use it on the last song, one of these. So I'm thinking, I have one spot open in the actual case right there. I figured like if I took that one in the case, and then I brought the Traveler guitar to my cabin on the boat, and maybe it could be a surprise for that vlog. I mean, obviously, as you're watching this right now, I'm on the cruise, actually. So when you're watching the Sunday with Ola, I'm on the cruise in the premiere chat. And the vlog for this, you will have to watch next week, okay? Hell yeah. I'm excited as hell, man. It's gonna be a great cruise. A lot of my friends are showing up. I'm gonna have a blast, I think. You have to wait for that vlog. I'm gonna change strings on both these guitars right now and put them into standard D, so they're ready to be used on a song on the boat. So hell yeah, man. Adventure with Ola. I'll see you on the cruise maybe. Goodbye.
All right, my friends, that's it for Sunday with Ola 254 for you right there. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a good time. As you're watching this on the Sunday morning, I'm on a boat still with the cruise. I had a gig yesterday. I hope it went well. The vlog for that boat, or from that boat, that will be in the next week, I guess. Headless guitars from solarguitars.com. Ola Englund, the Guillotine, new single, up on YouTube. It's available on all streaming platforms. If you want to buy a PIII t-shirt like this, olaenglundshop.com. I think I covered all my grounds. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great Sunday, you guys. Mwah. Love you. See ya.